Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Coach Hadassah here, metaphysician, personal development coach, wellness entrepreneur, and founding member of Extreme FX Global Academy, where Bitcoin and Forex collide. And today, or this evening, we're doing a recap. We're doing a recap on our Think About It Thursday. I told you all that we've been making up these things as the week has gone on. And so at the end of this week, we will have them all, and then we're going to stick to it. So we had our Millionaire Mondays, we had our Talk About It Tuesdays, we had Wealthy Wednesday yesterday, and today, Think About It Thursday. So not sure what tomorrow will bring, being Friday. I don't know. We kind of went with like follow up Friday or something. I don't know. It'll come to me maybe in the morning. Who knows? Just like today. Think About It Thursday came to me this morning, right? So listen, I had Coach Cotton on with me earlier, and that was really like a impromptu type of thing because she usually does her lives at it's 3 p.m. Eastern because of where she lives, and so it's 2 o'clock Central. So I usually hop on her lives, right? And today, when I hopped on her live, oh my gosh, Mama Cotton. That's all I have to say. Mama Cotton just popped up on her live. And so she brought her on and she started talking about the self-care because of a micro retreat that they're doing this weekend in Macon, Georgia. So I'm going to put a plug out there that look, if you are in Georgia, you're near Macon, Georgia, where you can get there, go. That's all I can say. Go. Take your coins, okay? Because I believe I saw the ticket. It's like $50. $50 is nothing. $50 is a drop in the bucket, especially when it comes to your self care. She dropped some nuggets about self care that I could relate to because I've been there. I've been there with this, especially when you're on the grind. And that was the thing. I was on it like next month. I'll be 46 years old. I know I don't look like it, right? I know I don't look like it, but I will be. I'll be 46 years old next month. And so, some years back in my 30s, because that's usually what happens when you're in your 20s and your 30s, you have that energy. That energy is there. And that energy is for, doing that grinding. But even in that age, you still have to start to learn and practicing self-care and healthy habits and healthy routines because it is not healthy to not rest. And this is what we talked about earlier with our recap. Well, this is the recap, but this is what we talked about earlier, so I'm going to recap that. Hey, Coach Cotton just came in. And so, yes, Coach Cotton, she said, not at all. It's not healthy. It is not healthy. And even when we talked about on Wednesday with the Wealthy Wednesday, and when you break down that word, it goes back to, wealth. The word well is in wealth, and it's WEAL, and it means well being, welfare. So when we talk about wealth, we think money, we think abundance, we think, everything that we see on social media as far as like lifestyle and all of that stuff. But wealth is well-being. And of course, that's well-being totally. I always say, I think it's 7 or 8 levels of our being. It's spiritual, right? Spiritual health, psychological health, emotional, mental, physical, social, material, and financial. So that's 8. Okay. And that number 8 is the number of life, it's the number of regeneration. Okay. That's what that number 8 is. Because you think about it, it goes like this, right? It's almost like a recycling. Okay. But eight, that's a life number. It's a regeneration number, right? So it's no coincidence that those eight things that I just named, we have to experience health and well being on all of those levels. Okay. And so wealth, that's what that's about. Because if our health is bad, because we're, I'm going to grind, and you're going to burn out. You're going to burn out. And so for myself, I experienced that energy. Look, the energy that you have in your when you're an adolescent is not the same energy you have later on. Okay. That teenage energy is different from your 20s energy. That 20s energy is different from your 30s energy. And baby, when I tell you that energy is so different when you get into your 40s and your 50s, it's not the same energy. It's just not. I remember this was before I turned 40. So that was some 5, almost 6 years ago, where look, somebody was trying to tell me, my friend, she was trying to tell me because she was over 40, you know, and I'm just talking about all the, it's some about your 30s that you just get cocky. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that. I think that maybe because you kind of go through because astrology, right? You hit that Saturn return, and so that's like your real kind of grounding of like the adulthood. And it's like, oh, I'm a for real adult now, and y'all of a sudden just get cocky. So it's just this cockiness that comes with the third age. And then I'm telling you right now, I'm trying to help somebody. Okay, I'm trying to help somebody. If it's just one or two people or possibly three, if you somewhere in your 30s, just please just try to practice some humility. Just practice it, because you're gonna get a little cocky, and then 40 is gonna come and it's gonna hand you your butt. The universe is gonna do it. Won't nobody else have to do it for you. You know what I'm saying? The universe is gonna hand you your butt on a platter. And baby, listen. I'm just trying to tell you, you don't even want the smoke from the universe. That's a different kind of smoke. Okay? You don't want it. Trust me. Trust me. And so, it's just a different energy. It just is. And so you could just the grind, and I experienced that, where by the time I did, hit 40 or so, baby, um, I, I was just like, you know what? I'm done. Cause in my 30s, and it was, again, with the entrepreneurship and all of that good stuff, I was grinding, I was team no sleep, I was all of that. And it wasn't good. It was not good. It just wasn't. I burnt out. I did. I burnt out. I had some other issues that was going on, and by the time I did hit 40, somewhere around, no, it was even before. It was before 40. Yeah, because it was not too long after my dad passed away. And I think he passed away when I was about 37, 37, 38-ish. Um, yeah, it was somewhere around there. And so many things had just came all at once, to where mental health was the first thing. That's a part of health, right? Mental health. And I'm like, if I don't go see somebody, I'm gonna be on lifetime snapped, like, for real. Right? So mental health was in order. So it was the mental health, and then massage and all of that stuff. I had to take care of me, because what? With 7 children and a granddaughter and a husband, all of that, I had a lot going on. And then, trying to maintain Look, build up, maintain, sustain a business, and then homeschool and and trying to keep finances and all of that stuff together. It was too much to shoulder. It really was. And so that's not, that's not good. And no wealth is going to come of that, because again, wealth, the meaning, when you go into it, it is well-being. And as that well-being, when, like, where was the well-being at if you finna have a mental breakdown, because you're just grinding and no team no sleep, and all of this stuff that you just hear, and especially you see a lot of it across social media. And I was kind of disappointed when I heard Steve Harvey say that. If you broke and you sleep, you shouldn't even be sleeping. You that goes against a biblical principle. It does. A biblical principle of what? Even the creator rested on the seventh day, right? There's supposed to be rest in the land, right? Rest in the land. And so if you don't have rest in the land, and the creator himself rested, who are we? Who are we to be team no sleep, grind, don't get no rest? I don't care what anybody says. Been there, done that. Baby, I'm gonna get some rest. Because just like it was said earlier, it's like you're not trusting the creator, right? With your with your life, with your business, with your finances, with your health, all of that. And I just speak for myself, that once I did do that, because it's like, look, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You're gonna keep on going till death, right? Or or are you going to willingly submit? I know women don't like that word, submit. And what you're submitting to is, you're submitting to the principles, right? The commandments of what the creator said, right? And anybody, I don't care who it is, anybody that is speaking against those principles, they are not following them. And so you don't follow. So you don't follow that, right? You follow the one that knows how to sustain the life, because it's the creator of that life, right? Because what do? We came here to do what? I come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. That's wealth. That's wealth. And so I wanted to, I kind of went a little bit ahead of myself. And today I am going to wrap this up in 15 minutes for real. Because last time it was 16 minutes. The time before that, it was like 20 minutes. This will be 15 minutes. Okay. So, with our recap for Think About It Thursday, I want to get into the word think. So it's like, think, something to ponder, something to think about, right? Think about your health in regards to your wealth, right? Health is a huge part of it, okay? Health, well-being, your welfare, your well-being. So think. First, I want to read this. This is taken from the Elohim, the Archetype Original Pattern of the Universe, a book that was published in 1961. And I'm going to go into this as an introduction. The introduction, and it's like the fifth paragraph. Sometimes stopping and thinking for a moment over the essential things of life eliminates many regretted years of poverty, sickness, humiliation, embarrassment sometimes, death, and destruction. Therefore, we should learn to pause and to try to think intelligently before we finally conclude affirmatively or negatively. We should do this before an ultimatum or final decision is rendered on any secular subject. The majority of us are, to some extent, guilty of this negligence. Okay? I Transparency, me included, right? And so now, this word think, right? You said we suffer these things because we don't stop and think for a moment. So what is think? Let's look at this word, and this is from the American Dictionary of the English Language, 1828. If there's anything that you want to look up or know, or anything like that, you want to make sure that your reference is from, some reference that's like in the 1800s, especially anything like after the 1930s. I'll just say it's a little watered down. I'll put it that way. It's a little watered down. So this is from, again, the American Dictionary of the English Language, 1828. So the word think, it's a verb. We know that verb is an action, right? So thinking, or to think, is an action. It's to have the mind occupied on some subject, to have ideas, or to revolve ideas in the mind. Now, mind, soul, and psyche is synonymous. It's synonymous. It's one and the same thing. So when we say mind, we're talking about the soul. So the soul is pondering, the soul is thinking, right? The psyche. So to intend, to imagine, to think is to imagine, right? To consider, to deliberate, to meditate, or to light on by meditation. Interesting, right? So I remember looking up the look, dog, I done messed up. I'm over by 2 minutes. I said we doing this thing in 15 minutes. Nope, didn't happen. Okay. So imagine, conceive in the mind, consider, meditate, remember. The word think is in the scripture 79 times. And then I'm going to leave you with this. All right, because we're about to close out. And now, what I want you to do too, because when we're thinking, right? You think about our well-being, thinking about on those 8 levels, right? Spiritually, psychologically, emotionally, mentally, physically, right? Socially, financially, materially, these 8 levels. Okay. Oh, what am I doing here? I'm going to do a hyper lunge just in about, let's say 30 minutes, or a little bit less, and 30 minutes. You're invited. What does this has to do with? Well, it can help you with your financial health and your personal development. Look, social, really all 8 levels. Okay. So make sure you grab that information there. Go ahead, tune into the link. It's www.linktree/coach.hadassah. And then you'll see the Zoom link. You want to click on that and then enter the password power. That is POWER in all caps. Okay. Because look, when we don't have money, that means our financial health is not, it's financially, we're not healthy. And here's the thing about not having your finances healthy, especially when it comes to your actual health. Because again, like I started out, I said I'm a wellness entrepreneur. I have my coaching clients, and say they have to spend 6 weeks with me with the coaching session. All right, 6 weeks coaching session. We're doing personal development and changing their habits so that they can have a more healthy lifestyle, and all of those things, because you had to change your habits and you need coaching in order to do so. Okay, so 6 weeks, by week 2 or 3, now they can't continue the services. Why? Because they can't afford to continue to pay for the services. Of course, I'm not coaching for free, right? Then that would mess up my financial health. You see what I'm saying? So like Adrian Dynamite Sloan talked about earlier, having that Ebroca virus. I can't catch the Ebroca virus because somebody else's finances are 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 not healthy. You see what I'm saying? And so if they have the Ebroca virus, then they can't pay me. Now I got the Ebroca virus, and then I can't pay my bills because this is what I do for a living, right? And so I had to come up with a solution because I really want to help people, right? I want to help them. So we're helping them through this platform, Extreme FX Global Academy, again, where Bitcoin and Forex collides, and to cure, right? To cure that remedy of the Ebroca virus. Okay. So I want to leave you all with this. This is Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. So I wanted to leave you with that scripture. Again, that is Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. Think on those things. Those are all things of good report. And again, at 7 p.m. Central, we're going to go into that hyper lounge. So get that information that's right there. And I will see you over on the other side. All right. So you guys take care. See you at the hyper lounge. And if you're not coming over there because you have something else to do or whatever, okay, that's great. But we'll see you back here tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central. And then again for the 15-minute, which goes over a lot of times, mind reset. All right. At 6:30 Central Standard Time. All right. Peace.